Weird.
Took me like 10 minutes to like resolve my internet connection or speed.
Well,
I
luckily I wasn't
graduated.
some important. Luckily I wasn't an important tech conception guest. So,
Yeah, I got some people on my list. I think the next episode is going to be on the what software engineering has in common with the game of chess. I think that's what the next episode is going to be on. And I'm
hmm.
going to try to hashtag a whole bunch of chess hashtags to see if I could uh, pull in some of their community members.
Hmm.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
And
There's a
also
lot of
post to the Reddits for chess.
there's a lot of devs who like chess, so you might get some good feedback, or it might be one of your lowest episodes. We'll see,
Flop.
I guess.
No,
Yeah.
lowest episode. I think it was lowest episode that I didn't expect. Outside of just me and Odie was Ted Newart.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
I graduated to 1 mile running backwards. I know that you care about that. Hey, gambler.
Yeah. I only ran a couple miles. I've been running consistently for the last month, but then this last week I only ran a couple miles because last Friday night I slipped on my the stairs coming out of my brother-in-law's camper, landed square on my back, so my back's all messed up. But I'm giving it a time to heal, and I might try running tomorrow because I went and I thought it was getting better Monday, and then I went and worked out, and I did the with my nephew, and I did the calf raises machine, and man, it just like hurt all over again. So like shit.
Hey, gambler. Thank you for the encouragement. How do you how did you like that video? Any feedback? No, in case someone's not watching this and only listening to it, which I only have one viewer is Gambler, right? Says thanks for the Scala John A. DeGoe's interview as I do use Scala at work. Yesterday I was drained. I only ran and I didn't do anything else. No, that's not true. I graduated to 90-second planks.
Oh,
So,
cool. I don't
uh,
know what the last time I have when I tried to do a plank. Is that just holding it and then
mhm.
if you like start to waffle, do you count that as done, or is it when you're like, nope, I give up?
No, I hold it. It's just, I feel like whether it's 60 seconds or 90 seconds, I feel like time stops. And for every 1 second, it feels like 15 seconds. Like, I mean, okay, that's a little bit exaggerated. For every 1 second, it feels like 10 seconds of just trying to hold my core.
Hmm.
But I mean, I hold it, right? I don't tap out. I don't think I've ever tapped out. I don't think I have. So, you know, hopefully in a month, I could graduate to 2 minute planks. I got this. I want to get my six pack in 7 weeks.
Cool. Man, I'd have to do a lot of fasting to get a six pack in 7 weeks. Like not eat at all.
Or you could get sick like I did for 2 weeks. So
Yeah. Well, who
that
knows? Maybe.
definitely helped me lose weight. I'm at uh I'm at 220 pounds now. When I last weighed in about 10 months ago, I was at 234. So
Hmm,
we'll see.
dang, you're like 10 pounds lighter than me, and like a foot taller.
Uh, I
Shit.
I've been working a couple hours every day on Beach Mobile. I keep on wanting to say Beach Delivery. Uh, I got to the point where the carrier functionality, like that needs to get implemented. There's no carrier solution.
Carrier or courier? Let's see.
Carrier
You got
supplier.
okay. You've got the you got some ambiguity in the terms.
There's no supplier solution, and so I think I mentioned it to you before that I was going to make the courier app a partner app, right? And it was going to encompass the functionality or features for both a client courier and a client supplier, right?
Hmm.
Um, and then I can make a tweak to the database, which is implemented in Azure as Azure Storage Tables, right? A NoSQL solution, and I could just rename the courier table to partner, and then add a column to that courier table that's going to be realized as a partner table of type. Type will be courier or supplier, right? I still like the
Okay.
term carrier, but I get tired of articulating or enunciating.
Carrier, courier.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Gambler says the interview was good. Maybe the only missed opportunity would be to elaborate on how businesses are doing with Scala, a somewhat researchy language. Although I got touched doing the interview about the Scala has to stand on its own. Generally, I would say or wish for industry Scala. Focus on good modeling parts of the language. Be very conservative with all other advanced features. Yeah, I think that's what John A. DeGoes was saying as well.
Hmm. Well, today's my last day on my job, so
How does
then
that
I've
make
got
you
nothing
feel?
planned.
You feel liberated? Do you feel scared?
No, it feels good, but it doesn't feel like. I guess it doesn't feel like it's happening, so it's not hasn't sunk in. I know I'm not in a bad pissed off mood anymore, so that's good. Um, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in a couple months.
For every end is a new beginning. Hopefully, this is opportunity to increase your professional network, develop new relationships, and graduate in pay or compensation.
Yeah, well, that last one, maybe not. We'll see. But because I get paid pretty decent where I'm at, um, but in terms of like what I'm gonna do next, though, it's like I have like four paths laid out for me, and I don't know which one I want to do, so it's gonna be rough. It's like the one I want to do most is kind of like a little along the lines of what you're doing, just start something of my own. So there's like an entrepreneurial track. There's learn a new language stack, and then just hope that you know being in just a whole new tech stack will kind of light me up for a few years. Um,
A new tech
eh,
stack, not a new language. That's what you
well,
said.
you get a yeah. I mean, a new language would be going to F sharp. A new tech stack would be going to like Java, Erlang, uh, just native C,
Closure.
yeah, stuff like that. Just um, so, but I think Elixir would be the one I would want to look at. And just I don't know why I'm still interested in it, and it's got one of the higher paying, according to Stack Overflow like results.
Mm.
It's one of the higher paying like languages, but it's also a little bit difficult to understand, I guess. So um,
Elixir?
jobs are yeah, Elixir Erlang or
It's a
or
bit difficult to understand. Oh, coming from someone that's not FP or just in general.
no. I don't know. I think it's just there's I don't know. I
Okay.
think just there's a bit of the framework stuff in there about um, state and servers, general servers, and all this stuff that are a little bit interesting. But regardless, it shouldn't be too bad. I think it'd be fun to learn that. Another thing that I was thinking of possibly doing is trying to pivot to um, do something like tech adjacent, like product ownership. See if I could land something in that, which I don't know how hard it would be to do that from a cold. I've never done it before. And
How much
then,
how much free time do you have outside of gainful employment hours?
right
Like,
now,
well, let me rephrase it. Have you ever considered being a co-founder and you have technical skills, but you're going to focus on product? Because you can
uh,
enroll into the Y Combinator co-founder
co-founder thing.
platform. That's what I did, and they'll have like I don't know what you call it. It's like dating. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
quick,
I kind of
like
get it.
5 minutes to meet and greet, and then you move on. But you, that might be a track where you can meet people and find your next job if it gets
Yeah,
funding.
well, maybe I'll add that to my next or my large list of things I could do. Um, I mean, like the dream would be to start like a small product and make, not millions off of it. I mean, that'd be great, but like if I could just start something and make like enough to cover my expenses and then grow it, from there or whatever, that'd be awesome. Which I think is the dream everyone has, but um,
Yeah.
but joining like another person into the mix and then having to compete with ideas, uh, I would think would somewhat, it might defeat the purpose, but that's another thing that I would potentially do is go back to work a job, but focus on getting a job with a startup, specifically something with a fast pace, um, and like no room to just sit around, not corporate, not no major bureaucracy built up. Everything's really flat. Or the last thing I might consider doing is just taking some like boring contract work, but at a short stints, just to cover expenses, so I can extend my like unemployment window or not unemployment window, but like being not in a corporate job longer.
Is your LinkedIn
So
profile up to date?
no, I was gonna take care of that next week, but
Yeah, I updated mine, like the
yeah, how'd that
employment
go?
and skills, and it's a night and day difference. Someone told me that I should do it.
I
Actually,
did that last week.
Herb told me the one that what's that?
Oh no, the I thought you were talking about the open to work stuff that I told you to put on last week when we were talking.
Actually, both of you guys said it. Yeah, I remember that
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, like
He
we
was
did it during the stream.
yeah. My bad. Both of you had mentioned it. I think he was the last conversation that I had, but
Night and day though,
yeah,
when you
it's like
put
night
that
and
stuff on.
day. Uh,
If you're getting just hit hard now.
Compared to the crickets that I had, yeah.
Cool.
So there's a F sharp position that pays reasonably well, but it's West Coast hours. I'm like, I'm not doing West Coast hours. And
You're gonna have to set up your vacation home in sunny California and pay all their taxes.
I would not live in California.
Where'd
Like
you go? If you had to
I don't like
move
their
to the West Coast,
politics.
because
If
those three West Coast states are all pretty much along the same lines, right? Seattle, or
Oregon,
like Oregon, Washington, and
Seattle, or what? Oregon,
yeah,
Washington, and
Washington.
Cali.
I think of Seattle. I think of like West
Yeah,
Coast. I think of Seattle, Portland,
because I don't think
uh,
Washington State has any other city.
Los Angeles, and San Francisco. But yeah, I mean it's got other cities, just not their big ones. But yeah, those states are all pretty much in alignment. I don't know. Um, I don't think any of them are like Florida. So Nevada would probably be the closest, I would guess, to.
Man, I gotta live by an ocean.
Yeah, but you're not coastal then, yeah. So
If there were West Coast hours, you didn't put constraints on this.
no,
I mean, you
which is
said
why
options, but I don't
that's
accept those
island
terms
time.
and conditions. I will probably go like
Vancouver.
uh, Baja California. I would have to do my
No.
research on how bad the cartels are down there. But I will probably like go into Mexico or South America to. Let me pull up Google Maps.
Yeah.
Um, Alaska may also be an option. Let me see.
I think that's outside the. I think that's another time zone.
Yeah, it is. So, oh man, it's nowhere in South America I could go. Uh,
Yeah, you basically get California in at least in the United States. You get Washington, Oregon, Nevada, and California. A small part of Idaho, but on the coast you don't get that at all. Although you could be pretty close to it if you were in Mountain Time or in Alaskan, Hawaiian, Atlantean time or whatever it is, Pacific time rather, like in that deep whatever.
man, I do not like. I don't like the options available. So I definitely think that if I was on the northern border of Mexico and California, that is I mean that's a straight up traffic route for narcos. So I don't want to be involved in the daily news every day or yeah. That's a no for me. Uh
What about
Ooh,
Crescent
is there any
City?
island? Let me see. There's some islands off of Channel Islands National Park, Santa Rosa Island. Those are islands outside of Los Angeles. Nah,
Isn't that where like that big oh no. Where's the where's that
where?
big prison at? Is that outside of Los Angeles or is that outside of
That's San Francisco.
is it
That's
outside of San Francisco?
yeah. You're talking about Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Uh, like I do not want to be. What's Isla Guadalupe?
I have no idea.
No, they got a military base there. Hold on. Mexico has a military base on an island.
Baja California. And where? Oh,
The
I looked
Isla Guadalupe.
Isla Guadalupe. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking at that now. I don't know. It's not coming through with a lot of like
Man, it'll
details
be
for me.
it'll be hell to the no to go to LA. Like no. California is not attractive to me at all. It's weird people. It's weird politics. It's it's retarded gangs. Like no.
Would you move to Texas if you had to?
Yeah, I think I would. Where's the
Like
nearest?
Corpus Christi, maybe, or I mean,
I, I have I
there's a
have to
lot
be
of
by
beaches there,
water.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Corpus Christi is on the
But
Gulf.
that's mountain time, no? It's not
No, that's
Pacific
Central
time.
Time. You'd be what 3 hours off or 3 hours off from Pacific Time then. I keep thinking like Minnesota is right above Texas, but it's not. It's like North Dakota's right above Texas.
I keep thinking that Chicago's above Texas.
Hmm.
No. North Dakota and South Dakota should be deprecated.
Why? They're great
So should
states.
Iowa, because they don't have professional sports teams. We had this conversation like
Oh,
3 years
geez.
ago.
Yeah.
Wyoming needs to be deprecated. Montana. Basically, any state that is known for Indian reservations should be deprecated. It should just be United States territory.
So we should get rid of Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont,
Yes.
Connecticut, Rhode Island.
Connecticut, no.
Connecticut doesn't have a sports team.
People know about Connecticut. People move to Connecticut. I know people from Connecticut.
They don't have a professional sports team.
Really?
I think they all
They
fall
don't have
into
like a New Haven Warriors or something?
not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, you're right. Where is
Delaware doesn't, I don't think. I guess I don't
Yeah, deprecate it.
deprecate it.
Deprecate
And
Rhode
then,
Island.
let's see. You're saying like Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota,
Yeah.
Idaho.
Any state that's known for native or reservations and does not really have any activity, it needs to be U.S. territory.
Nah.
That should help out with elections, presidential elections.
Nah, the in a bad way maybe, but actually South Dakota is growing pretty rapidly in terms of they were like Tennessee, and Texas, they're one of the ones that got a lot of the exodus from California. A lot of them went to South Dakota. Rapid City is growing really fast. Housing is nuts there. My brother lives there, so but that whole area by the Black Hills is really, really nice. So I don't know if you've ever been out to the Black Hills, but it's a really nice area. It's not water like you get on the coast, but other than that, it's really nice. The Badlands are really cool too. If you've never been there, that's like a really cool, interesting place.
Yeah. So to conclude, I would not go to California, and unfortunately, I don't see anything in other countries that would align with Pacific time zone. What's
Yeah,
this?
unless you're going to go to
Tangaroa. Hold up.
unless you're going to go to Canada,
There's
but
this really
Vancouver
small
is
island.
pretty much the same.
What? Oh, Vancouver?
Yeah.
I'll go to Vancouver.
Oh, okay. Well, that's in that time zone, so
Okay, that
I
works.
believe. I don't know. I assume that Canada follows the same
Yeah,
time
yeah. It
zone.
looks like it's directly above. It's
Seattle. Yeah.
it's directly above Sacramento.
Oh, you mean yeah?
Yeah, I'll go to Vancouver. A lot of Asians. I like Asians. So. Oh, all right. Well, that burned up 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Help me come up with some great ideas for SaaS products I can start, so that I don't have to go be gainfully employed ever again. No, actually, like I've got.
I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
It's called.
Was it like AI for porn thing? That's what you like.
Nah.
What did you'd come up with something like that at one time?
Have you been on chess.com?
Chess.com? No, I haven't.
That platform is done very well. It has analysis on it. It has online play. Like it
Simple looking.
like it tells me move
Good.
it gives you if you opt into it, it could tell you as you're playing a game what's the best move, right? It kind of like if you want to cheat, it gives you the option to cheat. Um,
Oh, I see where
so
you're going. I should make like a butt plug that allows you to cheat at chess, like that one guy was using in
well,
chat
what I
chess.
was asking like what's a pastime that you could turn into a platform that people want to improve at? Um, I don't have the answer.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I've been
Dominoes.
Domino's. Yeah.
Dominoes.com. We
Yeah.
ain't talking about
If you're
pizza.
not pizza, yeah, you get your pizza tracker, but it's
Charades.
yeah. No, There's like a procedure for like extracting business ideas that like I should probably try to do. Where basically like you get your target industries and then you literally just go out, set up interviews with people in the industry and then ask them what problems they're having, then listen to the problems and then take that back and to come up with solutions for them and then pitch them.
I got one. I was binge watching yesterday YouTube on. Are you familiar with ratting?
Ratting?
Yeah.
No. Radding? Like RADD.
So let me share my screen.
The act of an object or person becoming increasingly rad.
Ratting,
Oh,
ratting.
like ratting on someone? Or
No, we're not talking about prison.
okay.
Let me see. I'm gonna share my screen.
Oh,
Uh,
what?
this is something you should consider as a hobby, and you make money from it. Hold up. How do I change
You is
my
it a pest
account?
control? Like where you kill rats?
Yeah, I was
Oh
binge
gosh.
watching this. Hold up. Where's my history at? Hopefully, I don't have anything incriminating on here.
Oh, you just search for ratting, it shows up. Like, oh man, that's a lot of dead rats. Yeah, I think I've seen a video like this before. They go out into like hay bales and they like find a whole colonies of rats and their dogs just take them out.
And minks. I never even I didn't know what a mink was besides fur coats. These
Hmm.
things are like they just look. Is that a mink right here? These things are killers, man.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I
So
saw a family of minks crossing the road once in town. Like we're coming down the road, this hill, and all of a sudden we see like what looks like a snake crossed, like this long black snake. And no, it's this minx with like or mink with like a ton of babies behind him, and she was just like trying to get him across the road like a bunch of ducks would. So it was pretty cute. Those things, but yeah, some of them
I've never
rodents
seen
are
a mink
really
before.
crazy.
But those things, man, they were effing these rats up when I was binge watching these videos. And I mean, it's not that much bigger fat than a fat rat. I mean, it was probably like a quarter size bigger. But
Yeah,
man, it was destroying those things.
I don't know what we have in terms of rats out here in Minnesota. We have a lot of mice, but rats, I'm not so sure.
I saw this. I saw this yesterday.
I mean, they're around. I just yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Uh, so you should have a mink farm, and then you could profit because you can make winter coats, and you can hunt rats with
On
them.
rats. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. I never thought
So
of that before.
I want fifty
As a
percent.
profession.
I'll give
There's
you the
like so
idea.
many professions out there you never even realize exist.
A mink farm.
Yeah.
I didn't know that exterminators use like primitive like plantation techniques. I thought that they just like use I don't know what you call it poisons.
Hmm.
Nah, man, this dude uses dogs and minks and like kills hundreds. I didn't know that rats burrowed in grounds. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, I mean they're not just in subways and sewers, I guess.
I didn't know they lived underground.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Maybe that's what was digging in my yard. Go outside and there's just this like I don't know, maybe foot wide hole, like that's maybe a foot deep that
Yeah.
something dug out. No idea what it was.
So one of the reasons why I might be mentally disturbed is my parents used to punish me and my brother. One of the techniques were to make us basically tell us to go in the garage for like an hour or two and think about what we did, and that garage was infested with rats. And so I
Oh
have
man.
so I have a phobia of rats. and roaches. Um, yeah, hate those
Ugh.
things.
What do
And like
you?
when I watch that video, man, like that trapper is just casually just picking them up with his bare hands and throwing them in a bucket. I'm like,
Use hmm.
oh.
Rata. But yeah, I don't know. I'll see what I can do from a standpoint of building out, I guess, a product or something. It's hard when you just don't like you're not involved with other industries. There's some stuff within the industry or the that I'm coming out of the job I'm coming out of where I'm thinking like, yeah, I could probably go and start something tangent to that, and that works with it. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll see where the world takes me after today, but happy it's over.
Go on Fiverr and charge $5 to write resume cover letters,
And
and
throw it
then
through ChatGPT.
every time you get a request, you just plug it into GPT. That's what I do, man. Like I
Yeah, I don't know
automate
what.
so much crap with GPT. Like when I get inquiries for jobs, I copy paste the job description. I have GPT write a abstract for how my experience aligns with it, and I'll like paste in a section of my resume, and that's my reply email.
Yeah, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense because it's not different than using a template, really. It's like it's just kind of an advanced template. Like you're feeding it the parameters. You don't want to fill in all of the garbage verbiage that you have to put in to communicate it. So it works really well. But yeah, I mean, I've been still stewing over like where's something that I could build out that's AI related. That's not just an integration on an existing product, but that market is now saturated. Like there's so much stuff in there, just randomly products that just do everything under the sun with Chat GPT or GPT and that. So I don't know. Kind of interested in the fintech space a little bit, but I have no working like knowledge of that whole space. But from a technical standpoint, I like the idea of building out resilient transactional systems that I don't know.
Well, it sounds like your next step with the time on your hands is to do a small project in Elixir.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing is I don't if I was going to go down the entrepreneur track and I was really serious about it, I'd probably build in whatever I'm going to build in .NET World because why would I spend time trying to learn something if I'm trying to? That's not the focus is to learn it. It's whatever. But otherwise, building something in Elixir would be good to have example projects to show and try to get jobs with. Obviously, um, both of those, or if I could do the first one, but maybe to not super successful, but something that could land me into the product, a more of a product type role, which is like where man, I really am not a huge fan of like the tech focused developer, like where it's all about the like technology and the
You know, I'm the same way. They care
yeah
about the tools and they don't care about the. For me, they care more about the tools than they care about the how to strategically manage that effort to completion.
yeah
Like
yeah and how to think about
they don't even think about
solutions
tactics.
and
They just think about
concerns. Yeah,
tools, and that's it. They'll say framework, this framework, that framework, this library, that library. It annoys me when people are architects and they don't have a strategy for managing delivery of a solution. They just start dropping names of all these different frameworks.
yeah. It's like who
Like
cares?
it
It's like
annoys me.
that's like there are concerns with the tech side on scalability and certain like non-functional requirements, right? In terms of like you can't use an open non-HIPAA certified storage solution for, storing HIPAA documents or something like that. Like, there's those kinds of concerns that are very technical, like in nature, but they're also driven by business concerns. And then there's things that, like, choosing the right architectures for scalability with and partitioning, technologies correctly is a skill. But that's not exactly what I'm interested in. I don't like the focus on, especially like all of the DevOps related type stuff. It's like, I know it's there, it's required, but you tell me that we can't just get like somebody could just come in, build a pipeline for you that just makes it easy, and then you just don't ever have to deal with it ever again. Just come on. It's like, I don't know. I'm just like, I hate that side of software. I like, give it to somebody else who wants it, but I like the product side a lot. I like to be a subject matter expert about the product. I like to, give feedback and set the direction and solve like issues that I know are friction or would be friction for people.
So I'm going to say something that is not popular. In fact, I would be surprised if there's anybody else that would advocate what I'm going to say. Every senior developer is required to perform DevOps activities if they're senior.
No.
Okay.
And the reason why is that the problem with software engineer, the title is it doesn't give the broad scope of things that, and nobody should be expected to do everything and to know, like, you should have a baseline knowledge, sure, like elevators talk, be able to drill into the details, know that this is the tool you use for this thing or that we're using for this thing. But there's no world where I'd want to do that kind of stuff. It's like, there's front end devs, for instance, have almost none of that to deal with. Like, they have a very small little bit of pipeline to do to build something and shoves it into a bucket somewheres, and then you're done.
Every senior backend engineer should know DevOps.
And what about like embedded?
Would that be a credible statement, or is it still no?
No, I don't think so.
So a senior backend engineer is only responsible.
Well, into what they should know of it, but they shouldn't have to be an expert in it.
I didn't say be an expert. I said they should know how to automate the deployment of the solution that they're building.
Oh, yeah, but to what degree? Like, you can literally go and just
from scratch. They should be able to stand up an environment and run their application, and get metrics from it.
Oh, sure, you can do that locally though, and it doesn't require DevOps pipelines.
You could do it locally.
Yeah,
you can stand up an environment local.
Yeah, you just run Docker, and then you set up a big ass Docker compose file, and you build everything and shove it into there and run it. It's not that complicated. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have zero experience with containers.
But things like provisioning,
I have massive experience with serverless. So
yeah, provisioning, like running through like Terraform and stuff, and provisioning cloud service and stuff. That's a useful skill for a subset of people, I think. But I don't know. Like I said, if you have to be an expert in like domain modeling and be an expert at the same time in like performance monitoring and scaling,
which is what these job descriptions are asking for. They're asking for one person to be the IT department.
Yeah, they want you to be like, to have such broad focus that you can't focus on anything. And there are people that can do that, sure. I mean, there are people that are very skilled and adept at many things, but I'm sure that their depth on any particular thing is not very high. So that's why, like, I don't know how many DBAs get told that they need to also, like, I don't know, design just different data solutions, or set up the database. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, it's, man, I want more specialty fields within software to pop up. Maybe some of them are closer to the architect role, but I don't know. But yeah, I want to be in this the same. It's called like a product engineer. That's the role that I think that I want to get is you're involved with the product from conception to delivery in terms of it. Like you still develop, but you're very focused on the success of the product, not necessarily the deep technical aspects of it, which you delegate more to other members of your team who are more interested in those kinds of things. You do QA too, and do acceptance testing and stuff as closer to the product team. You care about it, the entire process, not just being plugged in to code, be a code monkey. So that's like I think be ideal for me because I like that upfront part of it. I really don't like the ops part, which is what a lot of this shit's going to. So, anyways.
You have plans for this weekend?
My nephew's grad party, and then I don't know. I think there's something else going on, but I don't know. How about you?
You should get your podcast back.
Maybe I'd start a new one.
That's how I discovered you.
I think
listened
I
to your
might have
podcast
discovered.
with Brian Knowles.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I was gonna say I thought I heard you on Dave's podcast, and then I don't remember who reached out to who first.
I think I reached out to you. Well, I definitely reached out to you for this Masterminds thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's some content stuff that's out there. I like how
is doing well. Man. I mean,
yeah,
since we had John A. DeGoes on there, we surged like another 15, 20 subscribers in the past 3 days. I mean, that may not sound like a big deal, but when you only have like 140 subscribers, that's a big deal. So
yeah. Oh, so you get your flywheel going, and then
I got hip to
more
Reddit.
subscribers will
I started posting on Reddit channels that's contributing to viewings, which I don't use Reddit.
Yeah, I don't
except
really
for when
Reddit
I'm watching like dark, like Russian Ukraine videos.
Oh man,
I can't
God,
find.
I hope my back feels better soon.
I can't find graphic content anywhere else in the war.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, last time I was unemployed, 2.5 years ago, like I was doing some streaming and shit. Might be, I don't know. YouTube is still a pretty good place to get monetization if you can find something that people are interested in, get enough viewers. But I don't know.
I was binge watching minks strangling rats. I invested like 3 hours of my life yesterday watching these videos. These videos are long. I mean, that guy has like 1 million views on just a single video. I was thinking about getting another mini bull terrier as my next pet. No, I think I'm just gonna get a mink. Start walking my mink up and down the beach.
Can you have mink? A mink is pet. Is it it's a mink, but it's like, do you say minks? I don't
mink.
know. It's weird to say.
Well,
like,
what's the plural? What's the plural word for mink? Why can't it be minks?
Minks versus mink. Mink is a weasel. A minx is a slang term for promiscuous, flirtatious woman. Okay, never mind. That explains a lot. Minx is a flirty gal.
Never heard that before.
Yeah. Well, I've heard she's a minx, but I didn't realize that they were, different things. So, okay, well, there you go.
What's the difference between a mink and a muskrat?
A minx and a muskrat. Muskrats are a lot bigger, I believe. Minks are small and cute.
Muskrat versus mink.
Muskrats are like beaver-like. Well, without the tail, but
Muskrats are vegetarians. Minks are carnivorous.
Hmm.
Minks will attack animals up to the size of a chicken, duck, rabbit, or muskrat. While eating muskrats, a mink will often make an opening in the back or side of the neck and scan the animal by pulling the head and body through the hole as it feeds. God damn. Said skin the animal. Minks skin animals. Holy crap. It was strangling that those rats.
Hell, they're yeah. I mean, weasels too, and wolverines. Man, you ever seen wolverines? Wolverines are brutal.
You know what kills a wolverine? Honey badger.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Wolverine versus honey badger. Oh, there's actually a book called Wolverine versus Honey Badger. Who would win in a fight?
My money's on a honey badger.
there's a YouTube video on it.
Yeah.
Here, let's see if I can video URL. I don't know. I want to just skip to the conclusion. ChatGPT, tell me the conclusion of this.
Well, I mean, to me, honey badgers, I think will win because their environment is full of predators. They defend against lions, they defend against hyenas, they defend against leopards, they defend against uh like the whole Serengeti of Africa. Like they just have a lot more competition. So I would think that they would evolve to just kill and defend. Whereas Wolverines, I mean, it could be fair that they in their environment they have wolves, they
Yeah,
have bears.
this guy's conclusion is that the honey badger would win.
Why? Because it's smaller than a Wolverine, right? No, Wolverines are smaller. Yeah, no, Wolverines are bigger. I just think honey badgers they're just more
It's because
experienced when it
the
comes to competition.
honey badger's skin is really really thick, or their defensive capabilities are really really thick. And they don't get tired. Yeah, I don't know. Both
Yeah,
of them are
I'm gonna get a
scary.
mink. You should get
Why don't
one
you start
too.
with a ferret first?
Yeah, who won between a ferret and a mink? Are ferrets?
I don't think ferrets are as strong as minks are. Mink.
I knew someone that had a ferret for a pet.
I think they're kind of like a bit to take care of, though. I knew someone that had a sugar glider. You ever look at those things?
Who?
A sugar glider?
No.
They're
Sugar
these
daddy?
like no, they're like these little I don't know rodents that can like glide and fly. I don't know.
Trying to figure out mink versus ferret.
I'm gonna get a chicken so I can have it eat all the ants in my yard. Get some chickens and send them out there. We just had a gerbil die. A gerbil in 3 years, I think, passed away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not something I would cry about, but it was. I don't know. It's just they're just like mice, so it's like I don't know.
I could tolerate gerbils because they don't have gross tails like mice and rats.
Oh, because they have furry
It,
tails.
it, it, it it's the furless
Like
tails
squirrels
that
are furry tailed. Yeah, I get it. I
yeah,
get it.
squirrels look like rats. They just have fur on their
Yeah, they
tails.
look cuter anyways.
They're rodents, right?
Chipmunks do. Yeah.
Chipmunks are cute.
Yeah, my cat killed a chipmunk and left it under my camper. I gotta go get that thing out and throw it away or put in the that thing, man. Those cats are freaking. Have you like?
At least I
I
want to get a
saw
bobcat.
I saw it hunt something yesterday. I didn't catch the bird, but man, we're sitting there. All of a sudden, he just boom by us and just goes right into our woods and just hurls himself. And then this robin flies up. I'd never seen a cat actually ready to actually kill. before, but I could see how they're so fast and like nimble. One time I was sitting, at my desk working, and I look outside, and here he walks around the corner with a dead blue jay in his mouth. Just drops it and then walks off. doesn't do anything with it. Like, holy crap! There's a big blue jay too. I had to go take it and throw it in the woods. But man, those cats are pretty brutal animals, really. Okay. We found a rabbit in our backyard, decapitated and split up into many pieces too. Must have killed that as well. I don't know. And he's really nice to me, anyways. So I like outside cats now. I think having them kill mice is good. So what you got to get is a big cat to kill all the rats, man. I wonder how cats. Well, they're probably less versus dogs or minks, maybe less inclined to actually just go attack. Because we let him loose once when we saw a mouse, and he grabbed the mouse, and they let him go. Then he went and chased him again. I think they just like to play with their prey. And cats are mean. They'll literally just go hunt for fun. They don't necessarily hunt to eat all the time.
I mean, that's what those dogs and the minks were doing. They were just killing and then walking away looking for their next kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I get my next job, I'm gonna get my next dog.
And what kind of dog are you gonna get? A rat terrier.
Mini
What was
bull
your other
terrier.
dog?
Mini bull terrier.
What was your last dog?
Mini bull terrier.
Mini bull terrier.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Right, like the target dog. You can get a min pin.
A min pin. What's that?
They're it's like a small Doberman pinscher. Rodent killing dogs. Cairn Terriers, Jack Russell Terriers, German Pinschers, Yorkshires, Dachshunds, Rat Terriers. A lot of terriers are used for ratting, I guess. Norfolk Terriers.
Dude, I'm literally researching minks and ferrets as pets.
It's
That's why I haven't really been as responsive to your questions, because I'm like doing deep analysis on.
Oh man.
All right, let me turn this off.
Oh. I haven't got any information about how to send all my crap back yet for work. I'm kind of interested to see how the day goes.
That's something
I
else
really have
that
anything to do.
that's something else that I wish was not a standard, was employers issuing you a laptop versus you just using your own laptop.
Well, I could see like if you wanted to have the option to use your own, that makes sense. But they're also like thinking about, data and making sure they have some controls around that. And you shouldn't be expected to have your own equipment either, right? That's another part of it.
Why not? You're a professional.
Well, if you're corp to corp or something like that, but
Am I supposed to supply a plumber a hammer and nails? And no, they're the plumber.
no.
They
But if
have
you're,
all the tools they need. They have their own toolbox.
yeah, I guess that's somewhat the case with that profession.
Or, Sean,
I think I'm gonna go work at McDonald's. Is
the
what I
time
should
that you
do.
have off, you can start submitting talks or submitting abstracts for talks for conferences.
Yeah, I mean, I might get back into that realm after. I don't know. I might submit one just for fun for oh god, Code Mash. What is it? Code Mash, is that the yeah? You ever been to that one?
The only conference I've been to was NDC London. software craftsmanship conference, which was also in London. That one was, believe it or not, spur of the moment. Like Michael Feathers. I don't know if you.
Mhm.
I try not to name drop as much anymore, but like Michael Feathers and I would get together once a month at a cafe, and I was asking him what he was up to, and he said he was going to give a talk in London in 3 days. And I'm like, really? Oh, okay. I guess I'll see you there. So I just booked a flight and a hotel to London and showed up at the workshop that he gave a talk at. But to answer your question, NDC London, some software craftsmanship um, conference that was also in London, and then like the local things in Florida, so like Tampa Code Camp, South Florida Developer Conference. Those are the only like conferences I've been to. I've I've done talks for Tampa Code Camp, and I think South Florida Developer Conference. I think, but that's it. I mean, basically the smallest, if you even want to call it a circuit, is what I've talked at or gave a talk at.
Yeah, I gave a talk at KCDC and then at Code Mesh, and
Yeah,
I liked both of them a lot. Code Mesh was a lot of fun because it's at the Kalahari. Um, it's just like this big
Sandusky.
hotel. Yeah, yeah. So you get this
Yeah,
like
you
you can
never
go to
been to
the
Cedar
water
Point, have
park and
you?
stuff. To where?
Cedar Point.
No, no.
You know what I'm talking
My
about?
no.
It's in Sandusky.
I've only ever been to Cleveland Airport, then driven to the Kalahari, and then back from Kalahari to the Cleveland
Well,
Airport.
90-minute drive.
Yeah, no, no.
No,
I never left the building really.
So Cedar Point is an amusement park in Sandusky, Ohio. That's where people from Detroit and Cleveland usually merge when it comes to amusement parks,
Hmm.
and they're known for the best roller coasters, probably even the highest roller coasters. They have a lot of them.
Hmm.
I haven't been to Cedar Point in like 15, 20 years.
Man, I would have loved that maybe like 10 years ago. But when we went to Disney or not Disney, Universal, whenever I rode the roller coasters, man, my neck just freaking wigged out. And I'm like, it wasn't. It was like the entire time I was like sitting there, like trying to hold it in place because I was like, I want to enjoy this because it's a lot of fun,
You ever been on
but
a
it's
roller
also
coaster
hurts.
where you're trying really hard not to barf?
No, no, I don't really have
That
trouble
happened
with
to
that.
me on a Harry Potter ride at Disney World.
Or
Like the
at
whole time,
Universal,
like
which one at Universal? Like the one where you're flying through the like the broomstick one,
y-
or like
yeah.
the one
So
where
so
you're
it's an indoor ride. I don't think it's really a roller coaster. I think it's a
was it at?
motorized platform
Yeah,
with a huge screen that's like hologram.
yeah.
That one was,
Because there's two of
man,
them.
that was nice.
There's Gringotts at Hollywood, which is like you're going down into the dungeons,
I
and
was
then
in
there's
Hollywood
the other one.
Studios, right? I think I did
Yeah,
Hollywood Studios.
okay. Because then there's the Islands of Adventure one where you're flying around. You're It's the same kind of thing, but you're flying around Hogwarts. Um,
I
but
don't know which
all of
one.
them are like
You're talking
that.
about Universal Studios versus Disney
Yeah.
World.
No, no. Universal Studios is almost all of that stuff is like that. Not
Oh,
all of it, but a lot of it is. So like the Spider-Man one is the same way.
I never. I
They
did
had a
Star
Jimmy.
Wars
The sickest
and
one that
Harry
I had
Potter.
was the Jimmy Fallon one at Universal Studios. The Not the Islands of Adventure, but there was like a Jimmy Fallon ride through New York. That was the one I almost got a little sick on. But yeah, yeah,
Man, now you got me wanting to buy a Mink and go back to Universal Studios.
yeah. Well, they have a pretty good they have this Veloci coaster now or something too. It was like a pretty good roller coaster at Islands of Adventure. But yeah, I mean we were just there last month, so it's fresh in my memory. But
My my crib is being a warehouse of chess equipment. I have this addiction to like chess pieces and chess boards. I'm looking at some of it right now. I've probably spent about $600 in the past 3 weeks on chess. So,
maybe you'll have to become a chess a chess distributor or something like that. Chess piece distributor.
I think I'm
Start
gonna.
selling chess pieces.
I think I'm gonna pivot, Sean. It's gonna be called Chess Mobile.
There you go.
Uh, that's it. Today, I think I'm gonna force myself to get on my motorcycle. I don't think I rode my motorcycle in a couple weeks. I've just been riding the chessboard. I have this really weird personality where, like, whatever I have interest in that I want to, like, I don't want to say master, but I want to be proficient in, I dedicate like the next like month or two to it until I
Yeah,
get
you
to
go
a certain
deep into
point, and I ignore everything else.
things. Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. It's probably a pretty good feature to have as long as you. I bet you're also consistent with things too, which is really good. Like you've been doing this beach mobile stuff, but you're definitely not as deep into it. Like your focus is definitely shifted. Like you're really deep in there, and I think you're right on the cusp of having some breakthrough. But
Yeah, I got a phone call 2 days ago, and I provided another quote for someone's birthday. He wanted to get a gazebo, two chairs. He claimed he wanted a radio, and instead of me thinking things through and doing it in Word to generate the quote, I did it in Paint. It took me like an hour.
oh, geez,
It looks professional enough, I think. But
you don't have
no,
quoting software.
yeah, I mean, I dropped the
Send them a
ball on Beach
spreadsheet.
Mobile. Instead of spending like 6 hours a day on it, I'm averaging like hour and a half to 2 hours a day. I'm
Well, I mean,
surprised that I'm
so
still tweaking the domain model. The last maybe 3 to 4 hours of my focus on Beach Mobile has been refactoring what it the concept of a quote.
mhm.
Before so there were two types, a request and a quote. All right. For whatever reason, the request structure had details of carriers, which got me in trouble. So I had to refactor and pull that out. So now the quote has carriers. Because I'm curious what your thoughts are. In order to generate a quote, you have to know how much it costs for logistics, right? Because there's effort in that. There's a cost to bringing
Sure,
a
yeah.
package. And so because I had so many back-end services, hence microservice architecture, relying on the concept of a request type, as well as some relying on the concept of a quote type. I've spent like probably the last 4 hours rethinking that and refactoring it and pulling things out that really don't belong there.
Hmm.
I know you didn't want those details, but that's instead of working on deploying to the Google App Store, I've been refactoring things that really should have been solidified for the past 2 years.
Yeah. Well, you're doing things that are comfortable, which maybe isn't the best thing to do. I know it's not probably enjoyable, but it's like still it's comfortable. You know what to do there. Um, Having to do things that you don't know how to do can be uncomfortable unless you're really motivated. So, but so
Well,
that first guy, the actual customer that you did have, what did they get? What did they ask for
two
in
chairs, an
general?
umbrella, and a beach pop-up tent to throw their child inside of to protect from the sun.
And then this
And
one was the same kind of thing
and
they were quoting
then
for a setup.
they didn't like the beach pop-up tent, so they swapped it for an umbrella.
Hmm. And then this one's the same one they wanted to quote for like a setup like type thing.
This one, so the context of the first one that I was personally involved with was a guy was bringing his family to the beach. He knew the general location where he wanted his where he wanted to relax at, and it was for a family. Him, his wife, his child. And when I got there, it was somebody else there as well that was in his party. But yeah, that was it. something that I didn't realize is they they told us to take the care package back. So I told you part of the business model was kind of like the movie industry, like make
Hmm.
money off a concession. And I never thought that a customer would reject the care package and say, no, we don't want it. We don't want to be responsible for it while we're here. Yeah, I never considered that. Um, the phone call that I got a couple of days ago was a guy that he's planning a birthday. He's planning for his birthday. I think he says like on the 25th of this month. And so he was interested in having maybe 4 to 5 people, and he was interested in the gazebo.
Hmm.
But I mean, the package with the gazebo is 2 chairs in the gazebo, and then you could add on like music or additional chairs. But I mean, you the most chairs you could have in that gazebo is probably three, where it's still comfortable.
Yeah,
Uh,
you need a bigger gazebo apparently.
I mean, I could provide another gazebo,
Yeah.
but the gazebo is kind of flexing. Like the first thing, like those gazebos, I got two of them. They each cost like I think like 360 a piece. The first thing you notice when you go to the beach are the gazebos. They're netted and they just stand out because no one else really has them. And I don't know if you saw the gazebos on the Beach Mobile website, but they're not like the gazebos that you see at job fairs. No, these gazebos are designed for the beach or for camping. They're not
Hmm.
designed for business. You just don't walk. It's not like just open air gazebo where you just walk under it. No,
Yeah.
these
No,
gazebos have like
netting and all
netted
that. Yeah.
walls and stuff.
Yeah. We were actually looking at buying one for camping here. Um.
I recommend
Yeah.
it. It's just they become missiles when it comes to winds that exceed more than I would argue 10 miles an hour.
Yeah. You'd have to. Well, I'm sure that the anchoring within the
Yeah.
sand is probably really difficult. So
When it's one person, it's challenging, but sandbags are faster than anchoring unless you have a drill with you.
yeah.
And so with sandbags, you could easily with the 4 sandbags that I have, you could easily add like 35 pounds, 35-pound weight that's
Good.
distributed.
Do you need the sandbags or do you just need bags? And then you go to the beach and then you just scoop up the sand.
I mean, to be fair, I mean the hood way, you just need bags.
Yeah.
But I bought the sandbags through Amazon, and it has a matching color.
Cool.
And plus, if
Cool.
you're
Cool.
renting it out, the aesthetics matter.
Yeah. So it's I don't know, man. It's like but you know what's kind of a cool thing is that I mean you're getting interest without like where did the interest originate in both of those? You said one was a flyer.
The first one was Groupon. The second one
Oh,
was
Groupon. That's
he
right.
was actually solicited, I think, a couple days earlier, and I assume he received a card that had the Beach Mobile details on it, and he called
Oh, cool. Cool. So, but I mean, you're getting
a
interest, which is
trickle.
is good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm getting a trickle of interest.
but a trickle is you got to start a flywheel, right? So it's like you got to like you get people that say, and then word of mouth and all that. So, but it
Well, I told you about the monthly subscription, right?
no,
I think I
you
did.
might have. I don't know.
So,
Tell me about a lot of stuff. Carriers, couriers.
so the latest pivot is a monthly subscription. So for $70 a month, and you get up to 8. I can't think of a better word or term, Sean. I was calling it occurrences, but that sounds like really weird. I don't know if passes is
Events or
well. You get 8 uses per month of a Beach Mobile membership. So, for example, a pop-up beach tent, and that assuming that a month is 4 weekends, that would cover each Saturday and Sunday. right? It'll cover each of the weekends for a monthly subscription. You just schedule, it gets delivered. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. And so there's a beach pop-up tent package for 70. There is a umbrella and two lounge chairs. I think that was for $89 a month. And then I think it was a gazebo and two lounge chairs for like $125 a month. And the concept was, let's at least, if you could get a monthly membership, you're better able to make informed decisions based on the revenue that you have coming in, and it's a reoccurring revenue stream versus one and done for a customer. Let's
Hmm.
get, and this is catered towards locals, right? So I never brought that up to you.
No, no, I don't think
Okay.
so.
So anyway, and so the beach tent monthly membership, I think that would be attractive to to homemakers like moms that they're just raising their babies or their toddlers or a small child, and they just need to get out the house. And one option is to go to the mall and walk around pushing a stroller, or another option is just to go to the beach. And maybe if I could focus marketing on mommy user groups, maybe that could work, right? And then your umbrella and two chair package for a monthly membership, I think that speaks for itself. The gazebo, that's more of a, I don't know, a premium customer.
Hmm.
So definitely want to go with a subscription model, and that was what I was considering. Some rough drafts of flyers have already been made, and then and that's targeting locals. For the people that fly in, you just don't want to be one and done just for one day. They're flying in, they're going to be there for more than one day. So sell them a beach pass, all right, for a 2 night pass, a 3 night pass, or a 4 night pass. And whenever they decide that they want to just show up at the beach from their Airbnb or their hotel, they're covered. And the thought process is you basically, the way the packages are configured, they get a extra, it's discounted such that they get an extra like stay. So for example, for the price of 2 days, no, for the price of 3 days, if they got a pass, it would basically be the price of 2 days, right?
Yeah, yeah, that all makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it seems like that's probably, I mean, just based on your feedback so far, that's your most promising, like what people actually want. I mean, you're not doing much in the way of delivering, you know, restaurant stuff or whatever, but a like delivery setup type thing of you just show up uh, slogan kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
and honestly, and the thought process was because $70, you're renting out a beach tent for like I think it's like $20, $25,
mhm.
and so but you get 8 uses out of it each month, right? So that's 25 and 8 is what was that, $200 worth? I can't do the math, but I think it's $200 worth, and you're selling it for $70. Like the thought process is to make it like like a no brainer, like if I have disposable income and I live within half an hour or 45 minutes to the beach, like with emphasis on disposable income, yeah, I'm getting this. Like I have kids, I have a pet. Like this is whenever it's convenient. If I'm just within the area of the beach and I decide that I just want to hang out for like an hour or two,
Mhm.
why not? Right? That's the
Yeah.
cost of a meal. So the thought process was, how can you make it a no-brainer or for someone
Yeah.
to like strongly consider it at least, and yeah, you're not really making that much profit, but at least you can forecast your monthly revenue and plan accordingly. And then it provides you an opportunity to still make your money off of the concessions, right? Maybe that's a better term than care package.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I gotta run here, but yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
excited
didn't
to see
realize
what
the
you keep
time.
going on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All
Well,
right,
I'll
Sean.
have a
Thanks for
lot
your
more time
encouragement.
next week, I guess.
Yeah. See you again,
All right. See
Laura.
ya.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.